Hey, it's Carmel, and today I'm going to be creating a website for a donations or a charity. It's for a church, and I figured why not just create this website and record what I'm doing so that anyone else who wants to create a website can do the same thing. So this will be the first part of a series of videos, and I will walk you through the process as I'm doing it. So the first thing we do is we click on the link in the description below, and it will ask you to sign in or to create an account. It will say get started. So you click get started, and here you will have to enter your email address. Okay, if you have created a site before, which I was starting here, all your sites will be displayed here. I'm creating a new site, and it takes me to this page. Now, what's lovely is that most of these sites are pre-done for you, and you just put in your own colors, your own logo, your own text, your own photos, and it's quite straightforward. So what we can see here is there are certain categories that are already selected. If your website falls under any of these, it's actually easiest just to select one of those, and it will only show you websites that are relevant to your business. When it comes to this page, I generally select on the right-hand side, create your website with the Wix editor, and I can choose a template. Okay, here we have all the lists of templates. Now, again, we've got the categories here that we can use. So, for example, if you want an online store, now these ones are going to be slightly more expensive because they include e-commerce. The online stores examples are here. I mean, like, that is beautiful. And if I click onto each one of them, it will show me what the stores will look like. It's got the About page. And you can see you'll be able to click on the text here. Okay, I'm not creating an online store today. I'm creating one for a church. And I've already looked in here and seen that there is one specific template that I liked. It is this one. So I'm going to view it first. Okay, I like the layout of this. And you can see that if I click About Us, it just goes straight down to that page. What is nice about having a category that's already there for you is that it will already have tabs that you need. So, for example, most churches have a home page, an About Us page, any events that are upcoming, their ministries or what they do for the community. Not all of them have podcasts. This one that I'm doing doesn't. Then they have a donate page and a visit us page. So if you choose a website within a category that you're already using, it's actually ideal because it will have the types of pages that you are required to use. So if I click here, I go back to the home page. Now, I don't particularly like the color scheme of this, but that's okay. I'm going to change it to my own color scheme. So the first thing I'm going to do is click Edit the Site. Okay, when I click Edit, I'm now in the back end. So whatever I do, any changes I make here, in order to see the changes, I'm going to have to click Preview. Now, most of us start with what pages we need at the top on our homepage tab. So if I want to modify anything on here, I need to go onto my left-hand side. So these same pages over here are displayed over here. Okay, let's go back to Preview so I can actually look at each one. So I'm going to put my own photo behind here. I'm going to click what the charity or church is about, any upcoming events. And I'm going to probably delete this podcast section. I'll definitely include the donate now. And then if you want to ask them a question, you can just simply use this form that's already here. Okay, let me look at the About Us page. I can now imagine the type of picture I'm going to put in the background here, the text that I'm going to use, the photos of the people on the ministry team. So I like to have that page too. The events, if there's any upcoming events, I also think it's nice to show past events here. Again, we've got to think about photos we're going to have at the back. Ministries. Okay, again, I think of a different photo that I'm going to put there. I think I will do the kids ministry, marriage preparation if the church offers it. College ministry. I think here we'll put ex-prisoner ministry because that's what this church does. Volunteer groups, definitely, I'll keep that. Podcast. Okay, this church does not have a podcast, but if you do have a podcast, it's actually quite nice to put them over here. I might make this the media section. Donate. Again, thinking of photos to put in the back here. Information I'm going to write here. Again, I will change this to the color scheme of the church. And then visit us. Everybody needs to know where to go. Okay, so these tabs over here look quite nice to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the editor, and I'm going to now want to remove that podcast from there. So I'm just going to go into the menu where it says podcast. Maybe in the future they might want a podcast, so I think I'll just hide it for the time being. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a logo. So what I have to do is click Add, Image. It's quite important at this stage to have your photos on your computer and, if possible, within categories that will help you. Here we have the Ukutula logo. I don't need this logo right now because I need the West City Fellowship logo. So I'm going to upload my own logo from my computer. Now I can either drag and drop it or I can upload it like this. The nice thing about adding your logo is that it's always going to be there with this website now. So whenever I go back to images, I'll be able to just source this image quite quickly. Now the ideal logo would be in a PNG format so that it's got transparent on the background, but I was given this as a Word document, so I've converted it into a JPEG. Okay, this is such an easy thing. You just literally drag and drop. I think I'm going to put the logo there. Now, let's be honest, that doesn't look amazing with that color. So what I need to do now is simply change the color at the background. Ideally, you find out the color of this actual logo here, so that specific green, in order to have consistency throughout your website. I'm going to make this background white so that the logo blends in. How do I do that? I click on the strip. Now hang on, this is also white, so I need to first of all change the color of the text here. So let's change the color of the text to, we're going to have a white background, so let's change the color of that text to, click Custom Design. You've got to click the text. Okay, I've selected green because their logo is green, and so is their other logo for their charity. West City Fellowship is a church, and it also has a trust called Ukutula Trust, and both of them are green. Okay, now I'm going to select the back strip. Okay, I'm going now to change this background strip color, and I want to make it white. So I click on the strip, I click on Change Strip Background, and I select white. Okay, that was quite straightforward. Let's preview this. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, that is the simple way of showing you that you can have quickly change the background border of your menu as well as the color of the text in the menu. Now I click Save. The first time you ever save, you must always select the top one and call the site what you want. I'll just call it WCF, West City Fellowship. Add at least 4 characters to your site. Damn it, it's one short. Okay, WCF, let's say West. I do it like that. Okay, perfect. Okay, now I click Done. And I can preview, and this is what it will look like. Perfect. Okay, let's click back to the home page. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this background image, and I will have to click going back to the editor. So what we just learned now is how to add an image and how to change the top menu bar background as well as the text color.